not get jacked up with that right there? My man Joe says, so glad they added the 2-minute kazoo intro. I'm not joking. Joe, neither are we. Welcome, everybody, to Prime Time. Not just Prime Time, but DTL, Prime Time Live. We are here on Stadium, simulcast on our YouTube channel, and wherever you find Stadium, you will find us. The Stadium app, watchstadium.com, Amazon Prime Video. I'm looking to my left on my big screen. I see glorious faces from the DTL crew. Also, YouTube TV, Roku TV. We are everywhere. Now, tonight, if you're new to our little brand, over the course of the next 60 minutes, we'll get you set for the last game of Week 5 in the National Football League. There is one team in the NFC that remains undefeated. That is the Minnesota Vikings. There is one team in the AFC that remains undefeated. It is the two-time defending champions. That's the Kansas City Chiefs, and they will be home tonight in Arrowhead, the best home venue in all of the NFL. They're going to welcome the 2-2 New Orleans Saints. Now, I got the best crew in the damn business, so let's not waste any time, and let's bring him in. And we like to call this section a little thing. It's called the picks. Roll it. Oh, and I am fired up tonight. You guys all know I am heart and soul Chiefs. Let's go to 5-0. But before we even get to the football, AB, I feel like the books had it right today. Scooble is the truth from the Tigers. Are you kidding me right now? They win 3-0. That series is tied up at a game apiece.
He was a beast, man. And look, Kerry Carpenter, this dude comes up, blasts a 3-run bomb in. If anyone didn't see it, all right, what was it? The 8th inning? The 9th inning? The top of the 9th, right?
9th inning.
Yep. He hits it, immediately knew it. They threw him 3 sliders in a row. That third one, he cranked it, flipped the bat up, was like, that's gone.
Amazing. Amazing. So now the Tigers, their dynamic roll continues. They'll head back home now, all tied up at 1. Now, our man, our numbers guy, Rafael Esparza. Good evening, Rafael.
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, everybody. Now I'm sweating it because it was a 3-run home run. That's a field goal, and everyone bet there would be more field goals than there will be runs in the Detroit Tiger game. So I got to be sweating action as I'm doing this show because I'm responsible for that pay.
Oh, very, very interesting. Now, finally, and I left this man until the end for a reason, he is currently the hottest crew member in the universe. The man live from Memphis, Tennessee. DG, quite the weekend, quite the Sunday.
It was 7-0. My Hoosiers. I got my Hoosiers hat coming in the mail. It's snail mail, so it takes forever. But I'm excited to be here. It's a Monday night game. I'm not going to be fading your Chiefs, unlike some other people. So me and you might be good tonight, Coach.
Oh, let's hope so. But unfortunately, we got to start with some bad news, and the chat just reported it, and the news just came out a little while ago, and we talked about it this morning, and I already knew that it was coming. But Rashee Rice is officially out for the season as he has a horrible knee injury. There's all kinds of things wrong with it. It just went in the wrong direction. It stinks for him. He's a young kid, but hopefully he's young enough to come back. So no Rashee Rice for the rest of the year. The Chiefs will have to move on without him. So, AB, let's start right there because the Chiefs tonight, 4-0. And they're at home, -5.5 according to DraftKings. The total, it's been moving around, but now it's sitting on 43. If you want the Saints, that thing was +200 this morning. It's now moved to +190. Where are you at right now, sir?
When 0 things move, spread, money line, or total, that goes to show you nobody knows what to do. But I will assure you of this. This is going to mirror last night's game. I'm not saying it is in terms of points. I'm saying in terms of winning and forcing the other team to play outside of their comfort zone. There are many similarities to last night. It's going to be a heck of a game, man. I can't wait to watch it.
I cannot wait either. Based off of what AB just said, Rafael, when people, books, don't know what's going on, the stuff just kind of flips all around. You've been there a million different times. What's kind of the mood inside of the sports book?
Well, right now, just Kansas City parlays are coming in. Royals money line and Kansas City Chiefs money line. So we don't need that parlay because we'll be cashing all night. We're calling it the Kansas City 2-teamer. But there's 3 numbers out there. This is why you need to get another book if you just have DraftKings. DraftKings has 5.5. Caesars has 4.5, who took a 6-figure bet earlier today. They're the only 4.5. and there's a couple fives out there. So there's 3 different numbers for one game. A half a point can give you a winner or a push or a loser.
We tell you all the time, get multiple books, 2 or 3. I just got a text in real time from my, what do we call it? My inside information guy inside the Kansas City Chiefs. He's in the locker room right now, just texted me. He said he's hearing the same thing. He said they haven't got it official yet. He goes, nobody is talking about it in here in real time. Just got it. So Rasheed writes that news. One person is announcing, and he says, I'll try to find out. So we'll have some news over the course of the next hour. Let me text him back. Thank you, brother. On the air live. That's how you do it. That's Adam Schefter right there.
Hey, that's me.
That's on the air live.
Yeah, you texted me too.
That's what Schefter used to do. When he used to come into Sports Center, he would have his 2. I used to think he was just playing around. I was like, man, this guy is so arrogant. He had his 2 phones sitting there, but he was really getting stuff texting into him. I feel like Adam Schefter right now, AB. Do I look like Adam Schefter?
You do. You got a few more muscles than Schefter does. But.
All right. Well, those are the numbers. We've got props coming up after the bottom of the hour, and coming up in about 13 minutes from right now, the no-fly zone. Will Derek Carr, will Patrick Mahomes, they have kind of made it their thing to throw interceptions. Will they do it tonight? That's coming up in about 13 or 14 minutes from right now. But we got to get into our straight picks. This is where we give you our best bets of the day. Big boy AB, let's start with you. What do you like?
This is going to be a game of offenses that are trying to go and score as fast as possible. First half points and just playing with a lead is the exact medicine for both of these teams. They have to do it. All right. And the Saints are phenomenal. Go look all year long. They've been scoring points in the first half. They're going to do it. And the Chiefs are going to sell out to do it. So I like the full game. Both teams score 20+ points. I said it would mirror last night, and it will, but not in terms of the scoring. We'll see much more scoring tonight. So I got both of them 20+ points plus 160.
DG, you do not have a straight play, but do you agree with AB that we could see points from both teams tonight?
Yeah, I was looking at that and thinking in my head, I love the 20 number and not the 21 number, because I think both teams easily could kind of hold up in the red zone and push 2 field goals, and two touchdowns, 2 field goals get you to 20 points here for both sides. So I really like that 20 number and not the 21 number.
All right. Very, very good. By the way, Todd says, thanks, Coach. Gives me an early advantage if I need to drop him tonight. Well, Rasheed Rice is out tonight, that's for sure. And pick someone else on my team up for both of my fantasy teams. Ask Soupy. Well, Soupy right now, guys, is 0-5 in his fantasy league. But he's our fantasy league expert.
Hey, I'll tell you what. That son of a gun is perfect in his prize picks. He crushed those.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Nailed them. Absolutely. Drilled
my boy. That's
the
my
goblin,
boy, too.
the demon.
The demon, the goblin.
The demon. It's kind of fits perfectly in with what we do here at DTL. By the way, guys, that little circle with the things when you know a text is coming through, it is going on my phone right now from okay, so I'm going to read it to you in real time. He says, nothing is official yet. Said they would have all the information and release it tomorrow. So we will get it on the show tomorrow, but that is officially from Arrowhead Stadium and my connection within the Chiefs organization. So that is as real time as it comes. All right, AB, DG, thank you very much. Raphael, let me come over to you because you're all over the Saints tonight. Why?
Well, Taylor Swift just texted me. FanDuel just moved their total to 43.5. So I just want to make sure everyone knew that. But I'm going to Saints plus the 6. I'm doing the evil thing I do not like to do or preach, buying a half a point to minus 120, because we all know dogs in the NFL so far, 5.5 or more, are 19-4-1 against the spread. Do I think the Chiefs are going to win this game? Yes. Do I think the Saints are going to cover? Yes. So I'm going to take the plus 6 minus 120, and then giving the Saints team total over 18.5, laying the 3 nickels. Their last 7 road games, 5 of them have gone over the total. Remember what the Saints offense looked like in weeks 1 and week 2. I'm hoping I can get half of that because they averaged 34 points a game in those 2 games. I think the Saints team total over 18.5.
Guys, I don't feel like the Chiefs defense gets enough credit, because I think historically they haven't been able to stop teams when it matters. But, AB, this is a team that has gotten a lot better. And part of the reason that they're 4-0 is because they've been able to stop teams when it matters, which they have not done in years past.
Absolutely. I mean, Steve Spagnuolo, what he's done for years now is phenomenal. In every time that they have injuries offensively, what doesn't get the credit is that it actually leaves your defense in worse spots because more drives in shorter. You're punting, leaving them in worse and worse and worse spots. Dude, Spags does a hell of a job. Hell of a job, man.
He does. And
Yep.
DG, as I come over to you, it takes so long to change a narrative. And once Patrick Mahomes came in, it was like, well, points, points, points. That's how we win Super Bowls. But when you don't have a lot of weapons and guys continue to get hurt, if they win this year, it's going to be because of their defense, yes?
For whatever reason, mute wouldn't go off. I tried to get it off. So I will say that their defense has to be the best, I guess, side of the ball because their offense is always going to be good. But right now they have so many pieces that are just missing. We're talking about Rashee Rice going down. Kelce isn't the same Kelce as he used to be. So I'm curious, and I'm looking at their defense to kind of stand tall here. They're 7th in red zone defense so far, and so if they continue that trend, they're going to be fine. With Patrick Mahomes, you always have a chance to win. So I love the side of them being the defensive side being their best side.
Yeah, go ahead, AB.
One thing to worry about, because everything that DG just said is absolutely correct. But when you have a defense that has a shorter rope, so to say, right, because your offense might have to find people to replace your absolute studs, what it does is you don't take as many risks, all right? You peel back, all right, on the blitzes. You do not take and jump routes in your secondary. So pay attention to that tonight. Spags is brilliant, but the risk factor has to go down on one side to keep this thing even keel.
Coming up in exactly 6 minutes, we're going to enter into the no-fly zone. AB is going to show you exactly what he is talking about when it comes to taking chances or not taking chances. Raphael, go.
Well, remember when Tom Brady was winning all those ships, we never talked about the New England defense. It was always about Tom Brady. And this is exactly what I see right now. It's all Patrick Mahomes, but their defense is the reason why they're perfect right now.
We do have our props coming up in about 20 minutes, but GG, now that we know Rashee Rice obviously is not going to play tonight, Travis Kelce's had one good game. Give me a name of somebody, because I know you do a deep dive, especially on these primetime games, that you think could be sneaky as far as Mahomes trying to look for him tonight.
Noah Gray. I promise you that guy can be your comfy, your little blankie that every quarterback needs. Noah Gray could have a breakout night because you got to think that the possession receivers got to be Travis Kelce. And so if you have somebody else that can run a lot of that same stuff that Travis Kelce can run, but nobody's paying attention to, Noah Gray can have a blow up night. He had 40 yards last week. I expect him to go over his numbers tonight. He might have 40, 50 yards going against that Saints team who allows the 6th most receiving yards to the tight end position.
That's so important. It really, really is. AB, let me come back to you, because on the flip side, Alvin Kamara came out of the blocks on fire, 4 touchdowns against the Cowboys. He got injured a little bit. Now, he's been given a full go, but the numbers are a little bit lower for him tonight. Do you think that he is healthier than we think?
It's probably accurate. He's exactly what you think that he is. A guy that has been really the bell cow of this team.
Yep.
He's got 5 rushing touchdowns this year, right? Like they've been working him a lot, which is why here in a little while, I'm going to show you a sneaky play that nobody's talking about, that exactly what you just hinted on right there. But the Saints have to run the football, have to run the football and the short passing game as a de facto run game. I'm telling you, they're exactly like the Pittsburgh Steelers last night. Exact same position. They have to run the football. So Alvin, whether he's hurt or not, is going to get his every opportunity.
In the words of AB, you better pay attention, hoss. Coming up in just a few minutes right here on DTL. Now, still to come, it's prime time, baby. We got the no-fly zone. We got the comparisons. We have the props. We're just getting started. We are live on a beautiful Monday night right here on Stadium. Okay, all of you degenerates out there that continue on our YouTube page, we'll give you a little something. This is in honor of Raphael, who loves parlays. The away team tonight, the Saints. AB, take it.
There's nothing Raphael loves more than a good parlay, but we do keep it 2 legs. He is smart with that one. So Got some nice ones here. Put them up full screen. Saints plus 5.5. Alvin Kamara, anytime TD, plus 205. Saints plus 5.5. Derek Carr, 2+ passing touchdowns, plus 315. You going Saints money line, win the game. Derek Carr, 225 or more passing yards, plus 525. So, Raphael, you're the man of the hour, the man of the power. Where you going?
In honor of Zaslow, I'm taking the Saints money line and Derek Carr 225 plus passing yards. Give me the 5.25. That's for you, Zaz. We're both cashing tonight.
Whoa, Raphael going big money. I like it, man. Hey, it sounds like a man that's paid off 2 mortgages. Well done. DG, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to follow that trend too, but I'm not going to follow this trend that you're picking. I'm going to go to the Saints 5.5, and then Kamara anytime touchdown at plus 205.
Coach?
Well, as Kevin says, let's get crazy in honor of Z-Man tonight. He's live on ESPN Radio. If you want to listen to him at 10 o'clock Eastern time, I've got to take the Saints plus the points. Got to take them because I don't think they're going to win the game. So, man, I think I got to go plus 205. It's not crazy, AB, but it's something that can cash and the Chiefs can still win. So give me the 5.5. And Kamara, he always scores. So I'll take him with an anytime touchdown.
I completely agree. That's the same parlay that I'm going with. I have no idea what to do with the spread. You saw it there on the game picks. I don't know. It scares me both ways. But I'd take the Saints points. I'd take Alvin Kamara for freaking sure. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You know what? I call a 4.5 or a 5.5. I call that a yuck. I hate those spreads. You look at them, you're like, man, it's yuck. And by the way, I think no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say usually it means somebody at one point or another is going to attempt a 2-point conversion. So you can bet on that as well. And don't even have to get it. Just attempt one. It's plus money. Keep going.
Like Arizona yesterday for no reason. We're back on Stadium in 5 seconds. All right, we continue on a beautiful Monday night, the last game of Week 5. We are live on Stadium, wherever Stadium is, Amazon Prime, YouTube TV, Stadium app, watchstadium.com. We are here, DG, AB, Raphael, here with me tonight. I am the coach. Now, tonight is 2 guys that have been in the league for a really long time. One's had tremendous success. The other one's kind of been shipped around a few times. But both of them historically like to throw it to the other team. But will tonight be one of those nights? Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, there is only one no-fly zone.
Let's start with young Derek Carr here. And if you have noticed him over the course of this season, he's thrown more passes, and they started losing games. And there's no Taysom Hill tonight. As soon as Taysom got banged up, yeah, it got a little more rough, and I'm going to explain why. So look at the Chiefs secondary rankings. Not necessarily great, but it's deceiving. They'll give up some passes, but they'll pick you off as well. Take a look at Derek Carr last week versus the Falcons, all right? This is an offense that they try to keep it safe. 8 yards and in, heavy to the left-hand side, and quickly move it across to the right. Very completion percentage high. However, doesn't always mean that that's good. They want to limit Derek Carr to 25 attempts or less. That's their sweet spot. Derek Carr is going to face trouble here. Deep left, deep mid, intermediate middle. It's been rough in his career. And we went back, look, to the Raiders years too, to get the full look at Derek Carr and short left. He's going to have problems tonight if they don't play with a lead. This is why it's so incredibly important to do that so that they can run the ball and keep his pass attempts low. All right, game scripts for Carr and the Saints, all out to score first. I cannot stress enough how incredibly important it is for both of these teams to score as quickly as possible. All right, if the Saints do that, increase time of possession, longer drives, handoffs, and short, flat routes. Alvin Kamara handoff, Alvin Kamara receptions. All right, here's the thing to watch for. Delayed draw, and then take a deep shot, deep right. That is going to put the Chiefs defense, who can't take risks, into a blender. And that's what they want to do. 3.5 stars for Derek Carr. Patrick Mahomes. Take a look at this offense, all right? This is last week versus the Chargers, okay? They're trying to find themselves, and they keep losing stars. This is a short passing game as well for the Chiefs, except they throw heavy to the right-hand side. But there's no Rashee Rice now. Somebody's going to have to step up. Is it going to be Kelce? Is it going to be Xavier Worthy? Keep going down the list. The Saints secondary, short, not so great. Deep, 7th best, 18th deep mid, and 1st deep right. And Patrick Mahomes is not afraid, and he's going to throw it and try it deep right tonight, especially if they don't have a lead. That's why it's so important for them. Mahomes, look at that deep. Not good, Hoss. All right, deep left, deep mid, intermediate right. If the Chiefs play from behind, he's throwing multiple interceptions tonight. I'm serious. What you're going to see, all right, increased pass attempts out of Mahomes, manufacture a run game via the air. All right, I mentioned last night the Cowboys. This is the same thing. They have to create new styles of their offense and be creative. Heavy effort to score early, elevated Patrick Mahomes rush attempts as well. 4 out of 5 stars, coach, to throw a pick tonight.
And for those of you new to DTL Primetime Live, if a quarterback has 4 stars, pretty good chance on AB that he's going to throw onto a team in the other jersey.
Very good.
Well, I'm Ram Mark, Better Days Ahead. He's got an incredible website that we use a lot, and DG works with him. He said, and I didn't even find this stat myself, 5 straight games of cashing over a half an interception. 5 straight games. So as we look now, DG, and we compare these quarterbacks and what they've done so far here in 2024, Patrick Mahomes does a great job of just pivoting, and he never complains, at least not outwardly. He does on the sidelines when his guys don't catch the ball. But look at this. Despite the struggles, he still has over 900 yards in 4 games. Both guys have 6 touchdown passes. But that number 5, that tells me, and we just saw the no-fly zone, that Mahomes internally is starting to feel the pressure. And even the play that Rashee Rice got hurt on, that was a forced throw, overthrow, and then Mahomes hit his knee, and he's actually one that knocked him out, which is a little bit ironic. But when we look at the numbers so far, to me, it's very, very telling.
Yeah, I like both of these guys tonight. Honestly, I think they'll have both good games. But if we're talking about Patrick Mahomes just in general, he has to be frustrated early in the season because honestly, like he might not even know really who he's throwing to. Some of these guys are just randos off the street. But I will say that this offense works to his favor, and it's been built in such a good way by Andy Reid, where you have a possession receiver and you have a decent running back. After that, you kind of just figure it out. Patrick Mahomes is always good enough, if not great enough, to figure it out. I think he's still going to be fine, but he does have to get frustrated. That's why they start off so slow. He can't get that rhythm with these young guys.
So let me say this, Raphael, because the young guys, and he has one long threat, and that's Xavier Worthy, which is why this next number I'm getting ready to give you scares me a little bit. But there's nobody else on the team that could cash this except one guy. The longest completion for Mahomes tonight is 35.5, basically even money at -110. We've seen a lot of information. Would you play the over or play the under?
Well, if I'm looking at quarterbacks, I'm looking at under for Mahomes props and over on Derek Carr props. And I want to point this. Brady didn't have a long threat until he had Randy Moss, and he didn't have Moss for long. And it's funny how Kansas City looks so much like New England back in the day when they were winning ships, and that defense was winning those games for them. Derek Carr needs to have a big game tonight if they want to hang around or steal this road game. His passing yards open up at 220.5. It is now bet down to 213.5. I'm a little bit shocked at how much that went down, because if they win this game or just hang around or cover this game, Derek Carr needs to have at least 230, 240 passing yards with at least a touchdown thrown.
Yeah, AB, I am on Patrick Mahomes. We're going to get to our props in about 8 minutes from right now. But in the old days, his numbers were 270 or 280 to cash the over. But because of how they play, it's all the way down in 230s for number 15 as well.
It is. It is because look, and they're limiting Patrick Mahomes on the ground too. All right. Take a look. Okay. Derek Carr, 72% completion percentage, 824 yards. All right. Is this not exactly what Justin Fields was last night?
Exactly.
And look at Mahomes' numbers. It's exactly what Dak Prescott was last night. This game is so identical, and it is absolutely imperative to score first, play with a lead, and run the football. The Saints have the pieces to do it. The Chiefs are going to have to manufacture it, all right? If it goes how it did last night, Derek Carr might see limited pass attempts, but longest reception. He'll take shots, especially if he puts that defense in a blender. That's where your money's going to be made.
I like that a lot. Let me come over to you, DG, because Mark has another good point in the chat, and this is where AB is always all over it. He says, I like Mahomes under 18.5 rushing yards. Kansas City cannot afford to have him run and possibly get injured. They've got to start thinking that way. They have to, don't they?
Yeah, they have to, but I think they're always thinking that way. What scares me is the pocket breaks down, and then all of a sudden you see this little Mahomes guy and his sneaky little toes get out of the backfield, and he's like 15 yards down the field, and he's out of bounds. Nobody touches him. And old sneaky toes has got 15 of the 19 that he needs, and then we're pretty much smoked on that one. And so I don't love those. They scare me. I'm definitely not playing it. Mark, I love you. I'm not playing it. That scares me.
AB, go.
I want everyone to also understand this. We were talking about the defensive alignments and sets and the risk tolerance that you could take. The Saints have had 1 sack on offense, right, against Carr or Taysom Hill each game. But that's it. And that's with teams rushing them. They're excellent at not taking sacks. So the Chiefs can't afford to send a bunch of guys all night because they can defeat that. So now it's like, okay, is Carr going to have even more time back there for plays to develop? That's what you pay attention to tonight. It's fascinating chess matchup.
It really, really is. And by the way, you guys have really started to give the chat a voice, and it's starting to annoy me. Somebody in the chat just said that Patrick Mahomes, his number for yards lost on kneel downs is -10 tonight. That's the over-under, -10. It still irks the absolute whatever out of me. AB, can you educate the audience that does not know or has never heard you on why we like to play Patrick Mahomes attempts on the ground, which hurts?
Rushing attempts, absolutely. Not only are they going to have to use him, but kneel downs count as rush attempts. They absolutely do. So not only at the end of the game, which we had 3 kneeling out the win, all right, we got that. But here's the best one. The end of the first half, other team scores, 4 seconds left. They kick to the Chiefs. The Chiefs, all right, it goes through the end zone, no time off the clock. You have to run one play. Patrick Mahomes takes it, kneels it down, runs to the locker room. It happens, I swear, every game with the Chiefs. They give up points, a field goal, whatever, with like 4 seconds left, and you steal it. That's the best part.
When the Saints win on a money line, it doesn't matter. He won't be kneeling down at the end of the game.
Well, he almost blew his ACL out trying to do this in Atlanta when he lost the 7.5 yards and 3 kneel down. I was like, what do we do?
We call him county fair routes, dude. He's just going and spinning. Like, you're just like, dude, just kneel it down. Like, come on.
All right, that is the full comparison for both quarterbacks. I encourage you to find some plays of your own, whether it's attempts, completions, or as we like to say sometimes, when you just don't know what's going down, just stay away. There's plenty of other straight plays, and coming up on the other side of the break, we'll have our props plays for tonight. And I know it's shocking to all of you, but I'm actually playing an under tonight. I know. Also, we've got key matchups on the ground and in the air. Who steps in for Rashee Rice? We'll talk about it. It's DTL Primetime Live on Stadia. Brian, this one's for you. All of you degenerates out there that continue on here on our YouTube page, give a shout out to our newest daddy on the crew. Seabass is here, taking a little break from diaper duty with the new little one. All right, AB, we've got the parlays done from the Saints side. What about our choices on the Chiefs side of the ball?
Yeah, go ahead and look at that bottom one. That one's getting attention right there. All right. Chiefs, money line, just win the game. Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown in front of his boo. All right, throwing up the heart, plus 200. Or Chiefs, take it down from 5.5 to 2.5. Under that key number of 3, Patrick Mahomes, 275 plus passing yards, plus 355. And then finally, all right, Chiefs plus 1.5. Plus 1.5. They could lose by 1. Travis Kelce have 2 touchdowns, plus 1,000. Raphael, where are you going?
Well, I just had a bowl of Lucky Charms that the Kelce brothers just sent me, so I'm going big again. Give me the Chiefs plus 1.5 and the Kelce 2 touchdowns. Give me that 10-1.
Yes. DJ, what's the Memphis play here?
I was gonna go some fun one, but I can't resist that Chiefs money line, the Kelce touchdown at plus 200. I know it's small, but you know what? It feeds families.
Hey, doubling up your money ain't small, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's always good. Coach, where you going?
Yeah, doubling your money and instead of playing the plus 1,000 and you're taking your ticket and you're ripping it while we're cashing at the pay window. Damn it! I got to go with that one too. I would love to play Kelce scoring 2 touchdowns, but that would mean he'd have to catch 2 balls tonight, and I don't have a lot of faith in that right now with my boy. So I'm going to go with the plus 200. Also, I think he can get 1 touchdown, and I just need the Chiefs to keep on winning. AB.
Yep, that's what you do. That's why I'm going to take the Chiefs plus 1.5 and Travis Kelce plus 2 touchdowns, plus 1,000. I'm with Raphael on this one. That's a solid look.
By the way, Raphael, the Kelces are in a cereal commercial.
You haven't seen it? They're like, it's
I haven't
every
seen it.
10 minutes. They're eating
right,
cinnamon
we'll
toast
talk about it.
crunch.
We'll talk about it. We're back on Stadium in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back. We are past the bottom of the hour, 7:32 in the East, 4:32 out here in the West. We continue on simulcast on Stadium and on YouTube. Real quick, before we get to our props, we had a big discussion during the break. The Kelces, cereal, together. How have I missed this?
All over it. Eating cinnamon toast crunch, Lucky Charms, Honey Nut Cheerios. No wonder why he's not running fast, because he's full of cereal every game.
I was the one that was being called crazy. Oh, coach, you're overthinking it. He's just following his boo around the world to Japan, Australia, Europe, putting on a tuxedo to get out on stage and do something like Mr. Rogers would have done 30 years ago. But now maybe I'm not so crazy, AB, because he looks slow. He looks old. He does not look good. I know last game was good, but, for the whole season, I think there were some issues because he partied for 6 months.
My man was getting after it. Now, you start spending that Swift money, all right? That's a credit card and a debit card that has no end. You just keep doing it. Like, hey, run it. You run it twice. Nobody's going to notice, all right? But here's the problem. When you're cereal, all right, if the breakup happens, you're the cereal lover. She'll have some song, some name over it. Yeah, got to get them. But you know what? If you're Kelce, go get that money because she is.
Can you imagine, DG, how many songs she will write about Travis? Not if, but when they break up.
She's gonna have a cereal too. It's gonna be called the Swifties. Like we gotta get it right. It's gotta be something frosted. Who knows? It'll be something random, but there's got to be like a Swifties cereal. Like that's a guarantee.
I'll go and tell you this. All right, Taylor Swift lives 15 minutes down the road. George Kittle and his wife, they live 15 minutes down the road. You start seeing Travis Kelce in Nashville, that means there's a ring coming. I think I think this could be the one. I really do.
Wow,
I agree.
I tease, but I think so too. And it's by the way, the report came out today by Forbes. She is the highest paid or the richest female artist in the world. She overtook Rihanna, my girl, and she overtook Beyonce. Jay-Z still at 2.5 billion, but Taylor, who has the End of Her Eras tour from now, I think next week into December. So guys, tonight, this could be the last game she attends for a while. We'll have to wait and see.
Let me say this, kids, own your publishing. Own your publishing.
Yep. Boom and boom. All right, we did our straight picks, but what about props? So we have a little segment we like to call Prop It Up. Tina says, I think Travis should just leave the commercials to Jason. Well, he's got to pay for the boo, too. He's got to pay for the boo. All right, we've got a lot of props today. So, AB, you got 4 big ones over there. Talk to me. Start us off.
We do, Coach. And I guess, his salary, that measly NFL money, that pays like the cell phone bill or something. Like, it's not taken seriously. They don't have, split bank accounts. Anyways, all right, Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rush attempts. I know, it made no sense. We're taking Mahomes to run it, okay? 4.5, very attainable number. We're also going to take Mahomes to throw an interception. You don't see Derek Carr on here. Doesn't mean I don't think he will. If the Chiefs get up, he's definitely throwing a pick, but play it at your own discretion. Kind of like the Saints have a fumble. That's what I like more. Xavier Worthy is going to be your man for the Chiefs that takes over tonight, and over 3.5 receptions. Low number. I love it. And Jamal Williams, the backup running back for the New Orleans Saints, over 4.5 rush attempts. Look how many he gets in the second half of games, and that's with Taysom Hill. There ain't no Taysom taking him either tonight. It's only Alvin, and it's only Jamal, and it ain't going to be Derek Carr either. Jamal Williams over 4.5 rush attempts at -105. Ha, give it to me.
I remember Coach Phil. By the way, I was texting with him yesterday. He said it to all you guys, hello, he's doing well. But when he was on the show a year ago, he used to talk about how important Taysom Hill was to this football team. He said you can't look at the numbers. You got to look at what he is able to do, willing to do, and what the other team thinks he is going to do. And all of that is out tonight. All of that is out tonight. Now, when it comes to on the ground, you're going to cash with the coach 2 different ways. I am shocked, guys. Shocked that Kareem Hunt has a number in the 40s. This is his second game back. He basically came off the streets. 42.5 rush yards. Now, this juice has changed since last night it was like at -130, and it keeps going up and up because I got it first, so you can see how the line moves. That's why we show it to you. Then Patrick Mahomes, I think he has a big night tonight in the air, over 235.5 passing yards, -125. But sometimes you got to get in early, just like I did late last night. All right, DG, let me come over to you, big boy.
All right, I'm going to go. I thought you were going to leave me in. I apologize. I'm going to go with Noah Gray over 20.5 receiving yards. It's at -110. Talked about it earlier. He had 40 last week. I have a little sneaky stay on your toes play. 3 receptions for +136. If he's going to go over that number of 40 receiving yards, he's going to have 3 catches. And so I like that number a lot, but I like the receiving yards the most. And then we're going to go with Harrison Butker over 7.5 kicking points. What it is, I've tried to explain every time, a field goal is worth 3, extra points worth 1. All we need is 8. It's at -120. He's been over in every game, but last week where he had a shank. So I expect New Orleans, who allows 4 field goal attempts in away games, allow him to have Harrison Butker have 8 kicking points this week.
All right, very good. Real quick, Raphael, I need you to explain something to me because I'm looking at a couple of different books, and I know Kareem Hunt -220, but this doesn't make a lot of sense. Some other books have it up to 46.5, and it's juiced to the over. What am I missing on this? What am I missing?
Yeah, it just probably posted a wrong number and just moved the juice to get away from it. But hey, that number is live. So if that's what the case is, because there's 3 different. I just checked when DJ was talking. There's 5 different numbers on Kareem Hunt. So wow. I guess the books just don't know what the deal with him.
All right. Well, thanks for having my back. I appreciate that very much. Now let's stay with you because you got 2 plays tonight too. Talk to me.
Yeah, but I want to chase some. 243.5 just came out, and a local book just told me that some low figure circle bets have come in. So it's probably a low 5-figure bet on the total. So that's why 43.5s are popping up right now. Okay. My plays are Justin Watson over 24.5, laying the 3 nickels. I think he could be the guy that Patrick Mahomes is going to look at. He's probably going to see the field more reps, more routes will get him passes. He had 27 receiving yards his last game against the Chargers. I think he can be that guy that might see some extra passes thrown his way. And then Derek Carr over 213.5 passing yards, -3 nickels. If the Saints want to hang in here, the Saints want to steal a road game like Derek Carr did against Kansas City when he played for the Raiders and they drove the bus around the stadium after that game, he needs to have a big game, so I'll take the over 213.5 passing yards for Derek Carr.
We don't lean into trends all the time, but I can tell you this. Yesterday before the late games, I looked. We already had 8 quarterbacks that had thrown for north of 300 yards. So for some reason this week, there's a lot of yards in the air. We have two low numbers tonight. Might be one of those nights where both guys go north. But what about our key matchups, AB, on the ground tonight? Who are we looking at? These are the numbers according to DraftKings. And look where DraftKings has my boy Kareem Hunt. I feel like I'm in banana land. Start us off, AB.
Absolutely. You got on that. And look at the attempts, 11.5 to 15.5 for Alvin Kamara. Okay. Here's the deal. I like longest rush. Alvin Kamara. I don't hate Kareem Hunt either, right? Because you're going to catch defenses kind of in no man's land a couple times tonight. Hit me with them longest rushes, especially Alvin Kamara. He could bust a big one.
Boy, both defenses, AB, they like to play those 4 D-backs way back. And Kamara's a guy that has dynamic speed. They always give up long rushes. I love that look. DG, what do you see here?
I like both guys tonight. I know Kamara doesn't really do well against the Chiefs on the ground, but you could see both guys get out of the backfield and catch some checkdowns for sure. And so I think that Kareem Hunt number, I like it a lot. I think he could go over on the ground just because they need to be more dynamic on the offensive side. And so, Coach, I'm not going to go right against you, but Coach, I'm going to go right against you. I think he goes over his number tonight for rushing yards for Kareem Hunt.
I feel like an idiot. I mean, I honestly, I'm so confused right now. I played at 42.5 minus, and then it goes up. I almost want to just take the play off, to be honest with you, because I feel like I'm an idiot because I don't know what I'm talking about. Raphael, talk to me.
Yeah, I like Kamara. His receiving yards, it opened up at 31.5. Now it's 35.5. And like DG said, I think both running backs from both teams are going to get a lot of dump offs and checkoffs and screen passes. That's going to be Carr's security blanket tonight is Kamara. I like his receiving yards, but that longest rusher for 14.5. That's a great play, and you could probably get plus money. FanDuel has plus money on that right now.
Liddy says, Team DG, Coach, sorry. You're not sorry, Liddy. You're not sorry for one single solitary second. All right, get that number off there, AB, because I can't look at it one more second. Now, in the air tonight, interesting marquee matchups. I love Chris Olave out of Ohio State. And then, of course, big number 87 for the Chiefs. What are you looking at?
So, okay, if everything goes to game script expectancy, right? Saints score early. Bot, I'm going to go ahead and crush you while we're talking here, okay? If the Saints score early, play with a lead, they're going to run the football. And you have Chris Olave, all right? You've got multiple dudes out there, okay? And you have Alvin Kamara. So, I don't want to play a big number in terms of receiving yards, but I will play a longest reception, 22.5. And take a look at the receptions there. Only 4.5, but 5.5 to Kelce. They know the Chiefs could be throwing a lot tonight.
I think they will. DG, it's, last year, most of the games, Kelce was in the 70s with his total number, and now it's come down 20. His receptions was always at least 7.5. Now it's 5.5. Is this an opportunity for us to buy low, sell high?
I really think it is. And I was going back and forth with wanting to play Kelce's number. And I'm not sure if I trust him just yet, but man, that 5.5 receptions, I think he gets 6, maybe 7. I don't know if he is going to be the possession guy. That's what worries me. I think that longest reception of over 19.5 could be there because I think he eventually kind of blends in and then gets caught in the back where you can find him for 20, 25 yard, passing very easily.
Exactly. I got about 20 seconds for you, Raphael.
Longest reception, give me Kelce 19.5. I think he has a mediocre game, but I think he has one long bomb that gives him that number. So I'm going to take the longest reception by Kelce.
All right, very good. So good breakdowns on the ground, in the air. By the way, we cashed the Nerfy bet in the first game, and AB, it looks like we could cash the Nerfy bet in the second game. As long as it cashes, I will say Nerfy. When it stops cashing, you guys are going to shut up. Shut it. All right, still to come. I'm getting very, very frustrated, as you guys can tell. I come in kind of a little edgy. It's time for me to get into the club. Are you going to get in the club with us? The gym, when we come back, it's DTL Prime Time Live, only on Stadium. All right, we continue on here on our YouTube page for all of you OGs out there. And AB, we've looked at the parlays, but I know every now and then we like to change things up just a little bit. What do we got with the little points bands tonight?
We do like to change things up, and I'm going to have to hit one of these because I just lost a showdown to our man, big TJ Parker here. Yeah, I saw the final. That's a good one right there for you. You had the Tigers, I had the Guardians, so I'll get with you and get your merch sent out. But point spans, you've never done this before. Essentially, you're choosing how many points each team scores. 0 to 10, 11 to 20, etc. Pretty easy to figure out. So, Raphael, pick one for both teams. What is their personal final score?
I'm going to go 21-30 for both one. My plus 190 and the Saints and plus 135 on the Chiefs. I think we're going to have that kind of a mediocre, a little bit more points than last night because the field is not going to be sloppy like an ice rink like we saw in the first half of last night's game. So I'm going to take the 21-30 for my bet.
That's a great point, too, that we had, a delayed game and weather and wet field. We don't have that tonight. DG.
I'm going to go Saints at the 21-30, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs 11-20. I just think that there's going to be a low-scoring night for them in general, which is, I'm sorry, Coach. Yeah, sorry. They're not going to win there.
Coach, rebuttal.
3 words, dead to me. They're not going to score over 20 points tonight, DG. What is wrong with you? I'm going to go 21-30. That's say plus 135. Then on the other side, man, I feel like it could be 28-21, 28-24. So I think both teams get into the 20s. I do not think the Chiefs cover tonight. I think we win another one of those ugly games. So, AB, give me 20s for both bands.
I'm going the exact same route, and I'm also smashing this bot in real time. Yeah, hey, see you, buddy. No, just kidding. Look, but what we are going to do, I'm going to go both 20s as well. Like, I think that's a safe play. I could see a 30 on one side. I don't see it for both. I'll go 20s, and IG in the chat just asked, we saying going over or under on Chris Olave, longest reception? Over.
All right. Well, it's just about time to get set. We are back live on Stadium in 5 seconds. All right, what a good day. What a good morning show. Don't forget, we also have DTL plays again at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Then, of course, every single primetime game, unless we're preempted by, like, the Banana baseball team. I'm cool with that. I'll be preempted by the Banana boys. That's okay.
Hey, if you've got a 97 four-seamer on stilts, yeah, you could preempt me.
By the way, they announced the other day, sold out 2025. 3 football stadiums, 18 Major League Baseball stadiums, and they are here on Stadium as well. So I love being a part of the family. So many different things, but we are what I like to call the tent pole. 10 a.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. Go ahead.
We are. But it's like, look, love Stadium, and I'm doing this for free. Watch their games. If you've never watched the Savannah Bananas, they're amazing. And these guys are literally trying to get to the pros as well. One guy's got a bat that's on fire, cranking bombs. Like, it is awesome. I'm telling you, on Stadium, watch it. They're fantastic, man. They're great.
Did you see their other announcement 2 days ago? They're starting their own league. They're going to have 6 teams play banana ball. The games have a 2-hour time limit. And if fans catch foul balls in the stands, are you kidding me right now? The rules are literally banana land.
It's awesome. It's like when we were kids, and it's like you and your buddy would throw a tennis ball over the house, right? You're like, all right, if you catch it, man, you win. Like, I love it. They're fun, and they're family friendly too. It's the coolest thing.
Yes,
man. They're great.
They really are.
Yep.
And you know what's funny is that, like, me, AB, Raphael, we're completely engaged in the show. And I wonder why DG's saying nothing. And then I look over at the chat and go, oh, that's why. He's over here trying to very slyly type into the chat so everybody can love some DG. He says, oh, watch me get in twice tonight. I'm going to pay people to never let him in. I'm assuming the him is me.
Yep.
And AB, all I know is that I run this ship. And we can pull into the port, drop a few off, and then keep going back out there and get some more crab like on Deadliest Catch on Tuesdays, which is my favorite show, by the way. All right.
Let them know you've been in multiple clubs. You've been doing this for a minute.
It used to be my side hustle when I was in the WWE. They called me to get into the club. This is a true story. They called me. Coach, how many are you bringing tonight? We're going to roll 40 or 50 deep. What do you got for us? True story. That did not make it into the doc, by the way. By the way, real quick, Thursday night, primetime live, the next game, and this is amazing. A team that lost to the Giants by 9. The Seattle Seahawks are still in first place, AB, 3-2, because the 49ers stink. They blew a 10-point lead to the Cardinals, so both the Cardinals and the 49ers are 2-3. This game's in Seattle. Your kind of first thoughts on our next primetime show?
Both need to win that game. Division games count twice. San Francisco absolutely does. Look for very early scoring. Very early.
DG?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's going to have to be something that happens, right? Like it's like you're like poking the team, like please just do something for once.
Exactly. That's the shortest take DG's ever had. Raphael?
He's texting at the same time. I agree. I think the Seahawks is probably the team not to look at. I think we're finally starting to see what Seattle was supposed to be all season long. So I like the 49ers. I think a lot of points would be scored in this game too.
I think they're going to have a chip on their shoulder. You can't blow a 10-point lead. By the way, they were one of my best bets. You're laying 7. You're at home, and you blow that. Dead.
You know what you do? You know what you do the
What?
next week after you blow a lead and lose late? You focus on scoring as many points as humanly possible so you don't blow another one.
That's a crazy thought. That's a
Yeah.
crazy thought. All right. It's very serious when we get to this point of the show because we're kind of moving into the part of the season, guys, where we have the haves and, unfortunately, Raphael, for me and you, the have-nots. And if you're new, and we've got a gigantic live number tonight, thank you very much for that. But obviously there's new people tuning in tonight. And we like to pick the first touchdown of the game, but we don't like to make it easy. You're not going to pick Derrick Henry or, Olave or Alvin Kamara. You got to make it a little tougher on yourself. Plus 1,000 or higher. And sometimes you got to bring receipts. AB, shockingly not, was the first person to get in 2024. We've got rules, and rules. AB, you always get to go first until somebody gets 2 diamonds next to their name.
That's correct. And that's going to be me. Now I got to give a shout out to Tina. All right. She got members of the club background music to make their pick. So DG, have fun. You get to have one as well. This one's called Feed the Ducks. And what we're going to do is feed it with Chris Olave plus 1,300. Up with that longest reception. Going to get that one too because the Saints have to get down. Listen to this. Feed the Ducks, feed the receivers. Because, Coach, when in doubt, run a 9 route. Let's go.
Keep it going, AB. I'm feeling it. Plus, I'm an idiot. I just said you couldn't play Chris Olave, and you're playing Chris Olave at plus 1,300. So I'm getting back into my feelings right now. I don't care if I make mistakes. It's all good. We only got 4 minutes left in the show. So AB grinds me that you've got that little diamond. It grinds me even more that DG has a diamond next to him. Where are you going tonight, big boy?
Well, Coach, as always, this is what the club gives you. But Rashid Shaheed at plus 1,600. If you look at the numbers, Coach, it simply says the coaches. I almost call them the coaches. The Chiefs, they never score first. They're 0-4 in the season. They've allowed 3 receivers to score first. Rashid Shaheed or Olave. I'll take either guy. AB took Olave. I'll take Shaheed. Cheers.
They planned this.
Raphael, I mean, the longer it goes, the worse it freaking gets. Shout out to Allie. She says, I'm vibing with DG and AB. Just kicking in the club, just waiting for everybody to come in. It's kind of early. Lights are going down low. Everybody's bragging about Raphael, this is your jam. Where are you going tonight?
I'm going Justin Watson for the Chiefs, for the coaches. Give me the 15-1. Patrick Mahomes finds him, and I get into the club. But I'm just rooting for either me or a coach to get in the club. Coach, we can't have this again. They planned this. One of us has to get in tonight, but I'm taking Watson at 15-1.
Could not say it any better myself. Brian in the chat, what do we have? I thought she actually was on the show there for a second. I thought she was in a box on the show. That's what I thought Allie was. I was like, oh my God, she's on the show. I swear that just completely threw me off.
Which she does.
Clearly, AB got a new music machine today that he's playing with. Brian said, Raphael and Coach, sip on that orange juice. No gin for you.
Wow.
Oh, this is driving me insane. I'm going to go with Noah Gray plus 2,000. No chickadee chalk for me. No. You're going to cash a ticket and feel good about it. Patrick Mahomes has got to find a new favorite target. And I think it's that guy right there. DG likes him with all of his props tonight. I like him to catch the first touchdown. And let's get off to a good start, which is something we haven't been able to do all year. I got 1 minute left. I got 15 seconds. Final takes. AB, go.
Whoever controls the run game is going to win the game. Ball control, all right, is job control. Remember that.
DG.
Yeah, Kansas City needs to get off to a hot start, but also they need to find their possession receiver. Can it be Noah Gray? Can it be Kelce? I think it's going to be a big night to figure that out.
Raphael.
19-4-1 against the spread. Why would I try to beat that? I'm taking the plus points.
Quick update, by the way. Not a walking Nerfie, just a Nerfie nevertheless. We cash both of them courtesy of the Z-Man from the morning show as the game moves into the top of the second. Thank you, AB. You're taking me right into where I need to be right there. Keep that thing going, man. I'm feeling good right now. What a good hour. I want you to spread the news. Tell all your friends this is where they need to be and understand this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all these tickets straight to the pay window. Brian Tiger, love all. Everybody in the chat, you know I love you. My man DG, Raphael, my numbers guy, AB, just kicking it, producing, and an amazing talent, and the no-fly zone. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about. Enjoy the game tonight, live every time, right here on Stadium. See you tomorrow morning. Good luck.